James Gunn, what the fuck are we doing, bro? After the catastrophic events of Supergirl being one of the worst performed superhero movies of all time, worse than The Flash, worse than the Marvels, worse than Morbius, hell, worse than Madam Web, which should be impossible, having DC lose hundreds of millions of dollars because Gunn wanted to Guardians of the Galaxy-ify it. Like, dude, James, bro, you've been employed in the DC office by Warner Bros. And David Zaslav as the head director for 8 years now. 8 fucking years. And your job was to rebuild a new DC universe, giving us a new Justice League to compete with Marvel's years of build-up to the Avengers and their cinematic universe. But what do we do so far? We only have Superman and Green Lantern so far, after 8 years. And we're not even gonna mention Supergirl. And why is this the case? Because James Gunn is the epitome of a one-trick pony and has been prioritizing doing the only thing he's good at, which is taking comic book characters nobody gives a flying fuck about and putting his own twist and trash-ass playlists and stars into it, changing the lore and everything. It worked once with Guardians of the Galaxy and maybe Peacemaker and Suicide Squad, but trying to add hints of it in Superman and completely doing it to Supergirl ain't gonna fucking cut it, buddy. Superman was a great movie, don't get me wrong, that could have been even better as it had flaws that were caused by Gunn's directive decisions, but it was still a phenomenal Superman comic-based movie. Then we get to Supergirl, which was inspired by Woman of Tomorrow, but was nothing like Woman of Tomorrow, making the villains forgettable and ass, the environment exactly like Guardians of the Galaxy, and swapping Supergirl's main motives and actions, making her kill people and getting innocent people killed, while having James' trash-ass music playing in the background, hiring directors with no experience, like, oh my god, bro. But that's okay though, because we're getting a Batman Brave and the Bold very soon, as well as a Wonder Woman recast and Flash recast, right? No, we're getting an Amanda Waller TV series, a Clayface movie, which does look pretty peak, don't get me wrong, but we don't got the time and the money for that. We gotta spend that on more important stuff. A fucking Jimmy Olsen versus Gorilla Grodd show. Like, James, what in the absolute hell are you on? Did you forget what the fuck David Zaslav hired you for? Like, the biggest red flag out of all of this is before he even got hired, he knew that he was only good at one thing and turned down the offer to make Superman, saying that it was too big of a task for him. That should have been your first sign right there to get someone the fuck else. Zack Snyder was close to making DC up to par with Marvel, but he wants to make Superman a depressing aura-farming murderer that lets people die in exchange for some hard-ass shots, having zero emotion as a Superman, and a Batman that looks hard as fuck, but he kills people and drops the F-bomb. So Zack needed to get the fuck out of here. Like, hopefully James either locks the fuck in or gets his ass fired and the hell up out of here, because it's been almost a decade and we haven't even gotten close to half of building a Justice League. I'm both a Marvel and DC fan and want to see both thrive, as Spider-Man and Doomsday are bringing back Marvel from its years of hell and shit. But DC has always been there, bro. Batman has always been carrying their shit, especially with Matt Reeves dropping bangers. But nah, instead we're getting a Mr. Miracle show instead of building the Justice League. Like, I'm done with this shit. The gun is jamming. Lock the fuck in or get the fuck out, James. End of discussion.